thinking everybody knows this, but last week at the beginning of the Jamboree, they released 2 new merit badges.
They did.
Oh yeah, the wasn't it gaming?
Competitive gaming.
Yeah.
Which was in the test lab, and I was surprised. As I mentioned to you, I've been doing online merit badges all month, and I've been telling people, and I'm surprised how many people don't know about the test labs that these became official merit badges for through that process. So these are the first ones to fully cycle through.
Nice.
And more importantly, and so appropriate, wildland fire management.
Oh.
And I'll put my commendation or my comments on, and then when I first heard it in the test lab, I'm like, I don't know about that. It seems so specialized. And then I started seeing social media posts, and it was really being pushed by some of the originators of it and stuff. And I'm like, well, I got to give them A for effort. But as the year has gone on during that time, I'm looking at it going, there's nothing more scout-like than wildland fire management. It's something that affects us all.
Yeah.
And we forget about it until it's happening. So I think the timing was impeccable. Now people in California deal with it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And
well, Florida does too.
Sure.
Florida
Okay.
Yeah. Every state, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a great addition, and it really kind of ties in with our scouting conservation, our scouting nature aspect of things, as well as knowing how to do it properly, how to address things, and so
and the safety aspect of that too.
Yeah. So super excited. I know there's some kids that are trying to earn all the merit badges, so it just upped their count now. I'm sure there's some more that'll be coming. I'm hoping that the test lab doesn't just end up being a repository for teasing and then it becomes a merit badge, because I think it's going to lose the interest of the kids if it's, well, I'll just wait until it becomes a merit badge.
Either way, if you earn it in the test lab, you get a certificate saying that if they actually make it a merit badge, you automatically get it.
Well, okay,
I'm going to reward that part.
I'm going to be the pessimist here. Okay.
No.
I see challenges with it. And the problem with it is that you get a certificate if you complete the survey. And so I don't know if it's clear to the people that you have to fill out the survey so it becomes registered to get the certificate. Then
that makes sense.
It's reliant on a scout leader to know how the test lab process works, because a kid can bring a certificate and say, I get credit for this, but if the scoutmaster and advancement chair aren't versed in it or stuff, I see issues with exactly what we don't do, or at least I don't do in scouting, is we err on the side of the kids. We don't make it tougher for them.
Yep.
So
Scout is trustworthy.
I'm suspecting that there's going to be leaders that have no clue what this test lab is, and the kids are going to be frustrated. Parents are going to get frustrated. So I think it needs to be better communicated how this works through the council advancement committees, through the National Advancement Committee, to say, make sure your leaders understand, your commissioners understand how the test lab works from the perspective of a scout. Okay? And because that's what we're here for. So that's my pessimistic concern, is that there will be issues in some cases, not just one or two isolated ones, because of people not knowing. Let's face it, we have people that still run their units the way they've run it for 30 years because that's the way we've always done it. So they don't.
That's the way we've always done it. Why is that wrong?
Right.
Why would we change it? It's always worked until now.
Right. So
can I get you a few shout outs? So we have Eagle 97 Steve had his Wood Badge Beading ceremony at the Jamboree.
Yeah.
Current Lord Baden-Powell was in attendance. That was awesome.
Wow.
Saw a lot of pictures
Wow.
with the great grandson of Lord Baden-Powell? I think it was. Saw a lot of
He only had one son. I didn't know he had. Well, he had a daughter too. So there was a son and daughter. So that I don't know if they're still the family line is still going, or I'm proud.
Do you have any other shout outs, Mike?
We do. Good evening, Phil R. from Pack 116, Noblesville, Indiana.
Ooh,
Nice. So we're all over the place.
And Roy is Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 332. I'm not sure what
332.
council or what state, but
That's Cordova, Tennessee.
What do you do with 332?
No, he said he was from Cordova, Tennessee earlier.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, Montana, California.
Montana,
Nice.
California.
California Inland Empire Council. That's what CIEC is.
Well, the nice thing about our campfire, it never really burns any wood. There's no smoke in our eyes.
Yeah.
It's totally safe. So
we have Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, Troop 315.
Never heard of that.
I'm alive, 315.
Never heard
Yeah.
where Newtown is. I'm gonna look that up.
From Pin King's comment a while ago that their scout camp lost some buildings in a wildfire. Apparently, it's in Colorado, and I looked up where that camp is, and I confirmed it's Colorado.
Colorado, wow. You know, fire is one of those elements. We do control burns in Florida because the underbrush is so bad, and it just fuels the whole thing. So it's not uncommon to be on the road and see the column of smoke coming out of the woods, mainly because they're doing a controlled burn. But even those can get out of control. So I remember. I'm trying to think of the one. It must have been about 10 years ago. We had a fire at our local camp, and we lost about 4 or 5 acres.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of getting out of control, I think we still have a few shout outs before we start our round.
Derek Walker, love the video that helped me a lot to my trail to Eagle.
Awesome.
Nice.
What video was it?
There's probably several videos that it could have been. Eagle 97 Steve said it's a great grandson, so it's Baden-Powell the fourth that attended the Jamboree.
Oh, okay. Oh, great grandson. That's fantastic.
And CJ, I won't try to say the rest of that name. Patriots Path Council in New Jersey. So
Patriots Pass.
So I was going to share with you something I learned. I saw something, I absorbed it, and then I kind of didn't register it. But I was watching something on the stories on the wildfires, and somebody was asking, well, how do you know they were lightning strikes? Because fires weren't identified until 3 days later. So how could it be from lightning strikes? And the video or the article or something that I saw said trees can get hit in the forest by lightning, and they start underneath in the ground and burn from the roots up. So they can be days after being struck, but they're burning inside out.
Yep. That you get these smoking trees. You can't touch them because they're on fire inside of the bark. It is. We have that with a lot of the pines that grow in Florida. We have these, these huge long pines, and they're just it's a terrible fire. It's really difficult to put out because you have to dig up the ground to get to the roots. So.
It's one of those things when I'm teaching people to build fires, I teach them to come away from the tree and then, dig down so you know what's underneath. Because if you're hitting those roots and you're catching the roots on fire, you're catching the tree on fire too.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
It's not good for the tree either to have the roots burned, basically. No. So, don't want that.
I like burning your toes.
Falling over on people.
I like burning your toes. It's not good for you.
Not good.
Jackson made a previous comment from the Cradle of Liberty Council in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Gee, we're coast to coast. That's great.
Yeah.
And Harry says, hello all.
Hello, Harry.
Hey.
So we have a bunch of people watching the show right now, and so far we
Yeah.
only have a few likes. So if you can please hit the thumbs up, I think that YouTube will promote this live show to more people, so maybe more people will see it and join us.
You know, I've often thought about moving the show either earlier or on a different night. So mainly because we always get the same group, which is great, and I love it, and I love the new people coming in. But I want typically the show we get a lot more views after they, and it's not the whole point of a live show is to ask questions, and that's what I'm trying to promote, trying to get that going. So I don't know if you have a thought about that. Please either put it as a question in the live show or in the comments. Either way. So always remember, we have a smaller group that actually watch it live, and then we have an even bigger group that watch it recorded.
We should give a Campfire Chat T-shirt away in the live
That
show.
would be cool.
Wouldn't it?
We can do that.
That would be good.
No, we just got to figure out like a trivia question or
we got to have a
something
question, and
you don't
I'll
get
leave that to you, Bucky.
you don't get to just show up and get free stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's at the car dealership when you get the free bag of popcorn.
You get a bag of donuts for nothing.
Yeah. They have the budget for free stuff. We don't.
We don't. We gotta pay the server. We gotta pay the server. We gotta all the other things, all the bills. So, but it's we're doing all right.
Shout out from the National Capital Area Council.
Nice.
Awesome. Fantastic. We have quite the coverage.
Well, and your panel is coast to coast as well. I mean, you're on the East
it
Coast.
is. Yes,
Nathan's
it is.
on the West Coast. Mike and I are in the middle.
Yep.
We're gonna have all
Question: are we open to questions now? Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes.
Always. Questions.
You like a rumbling and babbling.
Shout out Northern New Jersey Council checking in.
Northern New Jersey. Goodness. From everywhere. That's good. That's good.
They're coming out of the word works. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, and I think it's the campfire that makes everything kind of want to run. So